This is Joe Price. I just wanted to show one way that we can help grow the tree in Uruguay using probably the most rich record collection that they have. It's these Uruguay baptisms. So you'd come to this record collection. And then the nice thing is people could start to help us maybe for their own last name or for a particular place. But I'm going to actually just show you a more general way where I'm going to focus on a birth year. Now, it does say baptisms from 1750 to 1900, but it does look like it goes past 1900. So I'm going to hit search. And so notice here that it's going to give me 22,000 results. And right away, this little icon tells me that this person's already on the tree and attached. So we're gonna skip past those. These are some that I had done earlier, just practicing a little bit. And what we're gonna look for then is someone who doesn't have that icon, but who has grandparents. So if we scroll down here, you can see right here, Ada Lista. She's got a father and a mother. These other people listed are grandparents. You can see that Rama matches up with the father and the Lista matches up, or with the mother and the Lista matches up with the father. So then what we do is we click on the person's name, and then we're gonna check a couple things. Right here under similar historical records, we'll see if there's a person listed there. If not, then we're going to open this in a new window, just so we can always come back to our original one. And then we're going to hit review and attach record. Now, sometimes at this point, there'll be a little box that pops up that says like good news, possible match. This doesn't look like we got a possible match. And so for this one, then we're going to actually add this person to the tree. So let me show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is pull this window over here to the side, and then I'll just open a new window in Family Search. Now this next thing I'm going to do is probably the hardest part of the whole process, but you just go to a person page, and then you hit Recents, and you hit Add Unconnected Person. And then we're just going to bring information over from the record. And so let's just see right there, we have a birth date, which is great. Let's see if we have there's an event place, so we'll probably just use that for our birthplace for now, but we do have this baptism. Actually to be safer if we want, we can just put Uruguay. Okay, so now this person's on the tree, and we're gonna, oh, sorry, we have to hit great person. Now they're on the tree. Now let me show you, now that we've put them on the tree, let me show you what happens when you hit the review and attach button. So notice when I hit the review and attach button, it says, good news, we may have found a match. Now we weren't surprised because we had actually put that person there, but that's what you'll see if the person's already on the tree. And so we'll hit select. And so now notice we can attach this record. So now we have the christening information. Then we can add her father. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, but this is where we can play a really important role. Do you see how we have a whole bunch of these Antonio Listas without any other information? My guess is that we're going to be able to pull this whole family together. Now it's hard to know if which of these are the right one, so we're just going to create a new person. So it's going to feel like we're creating duplicates to begin with, but actually by creating a couple duplicates in the beginning, we're going to be able to pull this family back together and actually get rid of all the duplicates. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, and the key thing is just at this point, we don't really know which of those it is, but it's probably all of them. Okay, now what we're going to do is now we're going to change to Antonio. Okay, so now this is her father. Now we're going to add in his parents. Okay, so now his parents are there, and then we'll add in the mother. These records are amazing because they have this 3-generational aspect, which makes it much easier to kind of pull families together. Now we're going to change and go to the mom, and then from the mom's page, we can do this, and then we can add in her mom. Okay, so now we've put everyone from the record on the tree. Now, what we want to do is then see if there is some connecting that we can do. So notice here we have this. Let's go look at Antonio. Because what we're hoping is that maybe some other record hints or possible duplicates will show up. Notice he's got 18 record hints. And this is where it gets a little trickier because you're going to see him. Now here's the great thing is because of these multi-generational families, we're actually going to be able to put all the siblings back together. So here we have Benito. So here we have Antonio with his wife Gabriela, and then his father and his mother. So because we have all 4 names matching, this is really helpful in terms of putting this family back together. So here we can do that. And then now we just put Enrique with his sister. And so by doing this, we're going to be able to use the 4 or 5 baptismal records for this family to basically pull all the kids back together, pull the family back into one place. And so even though it feels like we're adding a couple extra duplicates in the beginning, in the end, there's only going to be one Antonio Lista on the tree, and he'll be there on the tree with all of his kids. So I'll take some time after the video to finish cleaning up this family. But let me just show you kind of what those steps are. So now if I come back here, notice now here is, let's see which one we already had. We had Ada, Enrique. Now here we have Antonio. So if we review and attach this one, then we can add in another sibling. So we'll keep doing the same process, adding in each of the kids until we have a full, complete family. So the idea then is instead of having all these little twigs on the tree, we're going to have bigger branches, and those branches are going to start to connect with each other. You can see as we look across this list down here, we're going to pick up another kid, another kid. We're going to start to maybe pick up some other civil registration records. But by then linking all these records in, we're going to be able to fully reconstitute this family. We'll go then and merge all these duplicates, and at the end we'll have a well-constituted family. So just so you can see, this is a lot of work, but this is a great experience for people to help us with. And so I think the more people we can get involved, the more complete the tree can get. And the nice thing is Uruguay isn't that big. We're aiming for about 200,000 people. And so I find that maybe I could work on, if I run into these that have duplicates, it might take me half an hour to do the whole family. But if not, I can usually do 10 families an hour. And so, I think we can scale this up. Let's go back to here. Now, the neat thing is then if I hit refresh, this is a great way then to keep track of stuff that's done, because if I come down now here, you're going to see Ada is on the tree. Okay, so let's try the next person on the list. And then notice we have all these other pages we can do. And we could split up the work by birth years. We can narrow the birth range. We could do it by birthplace. Let's just try this next one. So again, we're going to check right here. So this is great. That means that once she's on the tree, she'll have at least one record hint. Okay, and then remember, we're going to open this in a new window, and then we're going to hit review and attach. And at this point, what we're looking for is that little good news button. In this case, we didn't get the good news. So what we're going to do then is we'll just come here, we'll hit recents. And so then at this point, let me just show this step one more time. This is kind of the important one. And we just hit add unconnected person. Then you're bringing the information over. Okay, and then right here, we got mother's birth year. So that's nice. This is going to be a great record because we're going to get the birth years of the parents. Okay, we'll put this in here. So now that person's on the tree. Okay, and then remember over here, we can hit review and attach. And then again, we're going to get the little good news. Okay, and so then we can start adding in the parents. And this is great because then we have a birth year, which will be helpful later on. And then we just continue to add each of the family members. And then the other kind of trick is just make sure to hit the change button, go to Pedro, add in his parents. Now notice here, it looks like we're getting a possible match. Now again, we can't tell because there's not enough information, but this is likely going to be a duplicate. And so that'll be good because that'll allow us to pull together some different family members. Okay, so I think I'll stop there, but I think the big picture here is this is a really rich record collection that's going to cover a lot of people in Uruguay. I think it's going to help us turn all the little twigs in Uruguay into bigger branches and eventually start to connect those branches into trees. And I also like this because I think people can kind of focus on maybe a particular surname, particular birth cohort, particular place, and we can split the work up and have this move pretty fast and in a way that's going to make the tree easier for people to find their family.